A flight from America to the UK for 2 days in court, a scare, much disappointment, no contact with his family. These were the ingredients of Prince Harry's most recent trip to London, during which he found himself, among other things, on the same soil as his father for approximately 24 hours. Yet again, they didn't meet. The long-standing rule of the British royal family has always been to stay as far away from courtrooms as possible, avoiding them like the plague. Yet Harry, in one of his many rebellious decisions, has broken even this unwritten rule. And while King Charles III was on a state visit to Rome and meeting the Pope, which he said wasn't going to happen, Harry entered the High Court to pursue his legal battle against the UK Home Office. And as if this were not enough, while the hearing was taking place just before the King began his official address to the Italian Parliament, the Duke of Sussex was escorted out of the High Court by his bodyguards for some sort of security problem, as there was a disruption. A woman in her 50s who caught the attention of the security team because of some sort of suspicious or agitated behaviour, and she'd been fiddling with two mobile phones and a notepad before seizing the moment to shout, "I stand with you, Prince Harry." And the frenzied fan had arrived late after proceedings had begun, had taken a seat in the public gallery, and her outburst came just as journalists and other observers were being asked to vacate the courtroom to make way for a closed session during the process dealing with the more sensitive and protected matters. And as Harry walked past her at a respectful distance on his way out, she instinctively, according to witnesses, yelled her support for the royal family's rebel member, and at that point the bodyguards hurried him away, leaving the woman free to address the remaining spectators. Now, according to the Daily Mail, she said, "If you're journalists, then you are the reason he's no longer in England." And approached outside the court for further clarification, she declined to say more, allowing the Duke of Sussex the time and space to return to the courtroom. But it appears little good awaited him there. According to some witnesses, the prince was frequently seen slamming his pen on the table in frustration, touching his face in a gesture of bewilderment. The case lies, the question lies at the heart of Harry's battle for his denied rights, and what he sees as justice for the memory and the tragic fate of his mother, Lady Diana Spencer, the Princess of Wales. When he and his wife Meghan had decided to leave the UK and the royal family in 2020, he was stripped of the right to government-funded security protection. The high-level security granted to royal members was no longer afforded to those not performing official duties for the crown. And this, of course, was the case for the prince and his wife, who had chosen to relocate to California. So far, the legal battle is said to have cost £500,000, nearly $650,000 euros, a figure compounded by the reputational damage associated with the narrative portraying Harry as unjustly demanding a privilege to which he is no longer entitled, just as happened to his mother after she separated from the heir to the throne. Harry's fundamental claim is that, had Diana still been protected by British government officials and by the British government services, the fatal crash in Paris's tunnel would never have occurred. And this is why today the legal team appears to be recalibrating its tone, attempting to convey to both the public and the court the rationale behind Harry's persistence, which he argues stems from a second-class treatment given to him and to him alone.